Welcome to Brighter Shores Central, and in this video what I want to do is to go through some of the professions, all of them in fact in all the zones available, and just have a look at some of the higher level items that are available in each profession. So if we go first to guard, and what I want to do is just scroll down to some of the higher levels just to get an idea of the sorts of things that you can fight. So for example here you've got a savage hare beast at level 245, and we can continue scrolling down, and we've got malevolent, we've got an elite thug at 381, psychic hare beast. And so what we can see is that there's Bone Crusher, Carnivorous Plant. We can see that there is some higher level mobs. The levels go all the way up to 500, of which you get the ultimate guard cape, and that's the same for every profession. They go up to basically 500. And what you can expect to get is, if you was to say train guard to higher level, then you would basically get a lot of good loot, because at these higher level mobs you're going to get more silver, more gold, more items to sell to the shop as well, more like higher level swords and equipment. And so if you wanted to rush the game, I suppose early game, then you could actually technically go and train guard and then go to the higher level zones and try to just amass as much wealth as possible. That is one option. And yep, so in this video we're just talking about all the different professions and which ones could be the most useful, going into looking at the actual things that you can unlock. So the next one is chef. Now you can actually do bounties with chef, as you've probably already become aware of if you've been playing the game for a few hours. Then if you actually scroll down, once again there is just higher level items. So delicious lobster at level 184, you've got gourmet sandwiches, you've got gourmet vegetable stew, etc. So I believe that you can sell all these items to the chef for more gold again, but also you can basically do the bounties at higher level, and you would get more silver and gold reward from those as well. So again, another option is to just really focus in one of the skills so that you can get to the high level in that skill and then just amass loads of wealth that you can then use to help other skills that you train. So when there is trading that comes into the game, then if you actually get loads of silver, you'll be able to buy up the items for other skills, and that might be a good way to play the game. Alternatively, you could just play it at variety and just train whatever you want to do, whatever you feel like doing, of course. Now, there is also fishing here, similar situation. You will see higher level fish. So here you've got something called a prime ray. So I'm assuming that that goes for a lot of money. And then Emperor cod. Okay, you've got a rusty oyster. That doesn't sound appetizing, but there we go. We've got a jade ray. So there is all sorts of different items there that you can gather. Forager. Now, this is an interesting one, I think, because combined with alchemy, there's going to be people that want to get the higher level ingredients for their higher level potions. So if you was to get to higher level in forager, you could charge a premium for the alchemy goods, because you are one of the very few people that can actually forage those items. So if you was to get to like level 300, you get like red hogberries, and you can get stuff like broad water lilies at 302. And there's going to be people that are alchemists that really want these items that will pay a premium for them. The next one is interesting. So you've got alchemists. We're going to spend a bit of time on this one. So if we scroll down, you can see stuff like when you get to even a level 122, 6% Persian XP mine. So that means you get a Persian boost on mining, essentially, and you then gain more XP in the mines. Again, here you've got 7% boost in Hopeforest. And going down, I think these go all the way up to about 10%. Yeah. So you can see here 10% hurt port here. So as you get to these levels, this is quite a lot, 10% extra XP. Okay, these are or 8% extra XP. This is, you know, a significant XP boost if you was to get these potions and obviously drink them before you're doing activities. And so I think like stuff like these potions are going to go for a lot of money going into late game, because people will want to essentially increase their XP rates, and their only way to do that, or one of the ways, is by these potions. So I can see that alchemists being very, very profitable area. And also you've got these strength potions that actually proc certain of the abilities there. And some of the other areas, can we see anything else here? Well, there is another potion here, which is called a wealth potion, if I can find it. Where's the highest level one? Let's find it, let's find it, let's find it. So the wealth potion, for example, 333, level 333, 450% potion. What this does is that when you're fighting, say, for example, a monster, if you drink this, then you get 450% more coins. So, and this is only for passive activities though. So when you are about to log off, you would use this, you would drink this, and then you would go kill a mob. And obviously it's very reduced XP rates, but what you can do is increase the amount of XP that you get, not the amount of XP, the amount of coins you get from killing those mobs passively to 450%. So those are going to be incredibly expensive, I imagine, these types of potions, if those ones are tradable. Now, moving on, we've got Hopeforest. So we've got Scout. So this is a similar situation, right? You can just try to grind out to get to these higher level mobs. You've got Terrifying Shade, all sorts of different ones here. Deadly, Magnificent Viper, okay? So again, all these are going to be dropping more coins, more resources, more higher level stuff, so you could rush that combat skill out. Gatherer, similar to Forager, okay? So you can collect all different items, like here we've got Platinum Bitter Fruit, and you can essentially do similar to Forager and just get all these gatherables. And if you're one of the very few that gather them, then you can be able to sell those. And I also think you could probably sell some of these items. So you get to like level 80, they'll probably go for quite a lot just vendor into the store. Okay, so that could be interesting. Then you've got Woodcutter. This one is self-explanatory, but as you get to higher levels, you know, you've got Perfect U log, you've got Perfect Suave log, Perfect Poplar log here, and all of these logs you could probably, again, sell to the vendor for cash if you wanted to, but also there might be somebody that's training carpentry and that's all their training, and they get to the higher levels and maybe they want to buy some logs off you, and so then there is that when there's trading in the game. Then we've got carpentry, okay, and we go to the higher levels for this. This is what you do essentially for this one, is you can make these poles. So you got Perfect Pole here, you've got Perfect Juniper Pole, Perfect Juniper Stave, Perfect Poplar Pole, etc. What these are used for is sort of as a handle for some of these other items that are coming up. Okay, so you need to make these as part of another skill, such as Stonemason. So a Stonemason has this handle, right? So part of it, you need to provide the actual pole for the handle, right, for the item. So what you'll get is the carpenters who get really high level in carpentry. Maybe there's somebody that just gets really high level in stonemason. Well, they can't actually even complete their, say, perfect stonemace or whatever it is. They can't complete that unless they've got this high level carpentry of that particular handle, right? So you're going to have the stonemasons and the carpenters both trading with each other, and so both are going to be able to make money. And obviously, as you get to higher levels stonemasonry and you're making items like a great hammer, and then, for example, this is all for hammer mages. Okay, so all of these items are generally for hammer mages, and so as you level that up, then you'll be selling to them as well as hammer mages, and they'll want their perfect hammer, etc. Same thing for here, blacksmithing. You will get higher level in the perfect battle axe, perfect metal bow. You want to be selling to, I believe it's Cryoknights for those. I'm not too sure though. Then you've got the miner. Again, people who get really high in mining are going to be want to sell into those with blacksmithing. A burn right, so these are selling to guardians, so the perfect spear, perfect longbow. So selling these to the guardians is really important and getting to the higher levels. Then we've got essentially scout, like I said before, similar thing. Moving on to Crenopolis, you've got the watchman. Now this is again the combat skill, same situation, I won't repeat myself. Then you've got the detective. Okay, so this is in terms of spotting thieves. Now I haven't done much of this, but I can imagine that as you get to these higher levels and you spot the correct thieves, you again get rewarded by a lot of coins. Then you've got level worker. Now this is going to work with Sternmore Hill, which is going to be episode 5, which isn't out as of this video, but you're going to be able to make different leather items with that. But this is basically the tanning of those items. So moving on to the next episode, you're going to be able to have another skill which makes them, but this is a skill that actually tans the items. And then finally you've got merchant, and as you level up here, you basically get rewarded for completing contracts, delivering one item to another vendor essentially. And also I think you get discounts, so you get percentage discount on these stores, which may save money, for example, which is quite useful. And especially if you're like, for example, high level there, like 300, there was like this perfect deer, right? If I think here it's a discount, this is a discount symbol. I imagine that you get this for a cheaper price at the stall if you're that level, so that you then, if you wanted to train that skill, then you're saving a lot of money by getting up your merchant skill as well alongside it. So there is a lot of options here. You know, you can just play the game as you want to, of course, and just level up as you want to, do a bit of everything. Or you can decide which skill that you really like, or maybe 2 skills that you really like, and just get really high level in them, because they're going to be ultimately really, really popular going into the future of the game, when people start leveling up their combat stats and they want to get the higher level armor, for example, for their classes, or they want to, get the higher level alchemy potions, or the merchant skill probably going to be very useful long term, I think. But anyways, so that's just a little discussion. Hopefully you enjoyed it. It's a bit of a rambling one, but I wanted to just put out there as like a raw format, raw, genuine format, not much editing. Let's just discuss the game. Let's discuss what professions are. Let me know in the comments which ones you're training, which skills you're mainly focusing on. And then also don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more Bradishaw's content, and smash the like button, and I'll see everybody later.